Have you ever imagined holding a piece of history so powerful, so rare, that it feels less like a coin and more like a key to an untold treasure chest? Welcome, treasure hunters and coin lovers, to Secret of Us Coins. Today, we are not just talking about pocket change, we are unveiling treasures that can shake the entire auction world. These are coins that transform ordinary collectors into legends overnight. And trust me, what you are about to discover in this video will leave you in absolute shock. Because today I'm bringing you the top 8 ultra-rare and most valuable Roosevelt dimes, coins that are not just metal and mint marks, but timeless treasures with explosive values. And if you stay with me till the end, you will see how even a small dime, yes, a coin you might overlook, can hold a value so staggering it feels like finding hidden gold in your own hands. So tighten your grip, because each dime we reveal is a new story of rarity, a fresh burst of suspense, and a shocking reality that these treasures are very much alive in today's market. And remember, here on Secret of US Coins, you're not just watching another coin video, you're stepping into a vault of knowledge, trust, and secrets that collectors around the world crave every single day, too. The journey begins with a coin that, on the surface, might look humble, just a Roosevelt dime from 1980. But do not let its simple face deceive you. This is where the thrill of numismatics comes alive. Because sometimes rarity hides in plain sight. Let's rewind the clock to 1980. America was entering a new decade, one marked by boldness, transition, and change. The Roosevelt dime, minted since 1946 in honor of President Franklin D. Roosevelt carried with it the symbolism of resilience and national pride. By 1980, the dime was already a familiar companion in every American pocket. But what many never realized was that not every dime was born equal. The 1980 Roosevelt dime was struck in Philadelphia, carrying the iconic P mint mark. It was part of the copper-nickel-clad composition, outer layers of copper-nickel bonded to an inner core of pure copper. While the composition may not be precious metal like silver, its true value lies far beyond its physical material. It's about rarity, survival, and the mysteries of minting. So what makes this dime stand apart from the millions of others that rolled off the presses in 1980? The answer lies in its unusual condition and striking visual identity. The coin we're talking about carries mysterious black spots across its surface, markings that may have been caused by unique environmental reactions, storage quirks, or rare chemical interactions over decades. Instead of diminishing its appeal, these features actually make it stand out in the numismatic world. Collectors seek uniqueness. They crave coins that tell their own untold story. A dime with such distinct black spotting becomes an icon of individuality. It is not just another Roosevelt dime. It is the Roosevelt dime that sets itself apart from the herd. Now here's where the suspense really builds. While millions of 1980 Roosevelt dimes were minted, very few survive in this kind of rare circulated condition with its distinctive black spot appearance. And in the collector's marketplace, survival with uniqueness is the ultimate formula for demand. Collectors are not looking for the ordinary. They are chasing coins that stop them in their tracks, coins that make them ask, how many like this even exist? And the truth is, the answer for this dime is shockingly few. That rarity turns it into a magnet for passionate bidders in today's auction houses. So what does that mean in real dollars? Brace yourself. The Roosevelt dime of 1980 with the P mint mark in this circulated yet extraordinary black-spotted condition has stunned collectors with its market presence. Today, it commands a jaw-dropping price of $75,000. Yes, you heard me right. $75,000 for a single dime. Think about what that means. Holding a dime that most would overlook could in reality be holding a treasure worth tens of thousands of dollars. That's not fiction, that's the very truth playing out in the auction market right now. And here's the kicker. The market value of this coin is not static. It's climbing. Every month, every year, the demand builds and prices push higher. This isn't just a collectible, it's an investment, a hidden vault of wealth that grows with time. When I tell you this coin is like carrying a big treasure in your pocket, I am not exaggerating. Imagine the life-changing power of a small piece of metal that can set you up for financial glory. That's exactly why collectors are hunting for this treasure right now. Now, if you are thinking, how do I spot one of these? Here is my advice. Always pay close attention to circulated Roosevelt dimes from 1980, especially those with the Philadelphia mint mark. Look closely for spotting, unique discolorations, and distinct features that set your coin apart from the ordinary. Uniqueness is your greatest friend in coin collecting. And trust me, the smallest details are where the biggest fortunes hide. Store your coins properly, keep them protected, and never assume that age alone defines value. It's the story, the survival, and the uniqueness that create true worth. So our journey begins with the 1980 Roosevelt dime, a coin that proves without a doubt that treasures hide in plain sight. What most would call ordinary pocket change has already proven itself to be a $75,000 treasure. And as the market continues to rise, its future value is bound to grow even higher. This is only the beginning, my friends. Stay locked in, because what is coming next in our countdown will shock you even more. Each coin ahead tells a story richer, rarer, and even more valuable than the last. And remember, this is Secret of Us Coins, the most faithful and trusted channel for daily updates on rare coin discoveries. Every day, we bring you the truth, the suspense, and the treasure hunt that the world of numismatics is built on. Coin number 2. After that shocking revelation of the 1980 Roosevelt dime, it's time to step further into the hidden vault of America's numismatic treasures. And the second coin in our countdown will prove beyond doubt that history never stops whispering secrets through the most ordinary-looking pieces of change. At first glance, you might think the Roosevelt dime of 1984 is just another coin from the pocket change of the 1980s. But once you look deeper, you will realize that this coin has a silent power, one that collectors around the world are desperately chasing today. The year 1984 was an iconic period in American culture. The economy was shifting, technology was blooming, and the world was stepping into a new digital future. But in the middle of all that change, the Roosevelt dime kept circulating as a steady reminder of America's strength and continuity. Like other modern dimes, the 1984 Roosevelt was struck in the standard copper nickel-clad composition. An outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core. This gave it strength for daily circulation, but at the same time, it set it apart from its silver ancestors of earlier decades. By this point, silver was long gone from American dimes, but value, my friends, does not always come from silver or gold. Sometimes, value comes from rarity, survival, and story. The Roosevelt dime of 1984 that we are talking about carries the famous P Mint mark, signifying its birth at the historic Philadelphia Mint. But what makes this coin climb to the level of ultra-rarity is its condition. Despite being a coin struck for circulation, this particular dime has survived the years in very fine condition, something incredibly difficult for coins of its time. Most dimes from 1980 were spent, worn down, tossed aside, and forgotten. But here we have a survivor, a coin that carries the energy of the 1980s while keeping its sharp features, its details, and its character intact. To collectors, that's a signal flare. This dime is different. This dime is worthy. This dime is treasure. Now let's talk about what collectors truly care about. Rarity. Yes, millions of Roosevelt dimes were minted in 1984, but how many do you think remain today in very fine condition? The truth is, shockingly few. The survival rate of pristine dimes from 1980 is lower than most people believe. Circulation was harsh, and storage practices weren't always careful. That's why when a 1984 Roosevelt dime surfaces in such a preserved state, the demand surges like a tidal wave. Collectors know owning this coin means owning a piece of history that almost no one else can claim. Auction houses recognize this power, and bidding wars are becoming the norm whenever this rare dime shows its face. It's not just about owning a coin, it's about owning the bragging rights, the pride, and the treasure that makes other collectors jealous. So what is this coin truly worth? Get ready, because this is where the suspense explodes into reality. The 1984 Roosevelt dime with the P mint mark, in this extraordinary, very fine condition, is valued today at a staggering $65,000. Yes, $65,000 for a dime most people would never give a second look to. And I want you to understand this clearly. This isn't hype. This isn't fantasy. This is the truth of today's auction market. Coins like this are shaking hands between serious collectors for tens of thousands of dollars, and the trend is only climbing. Think about it. A dime, once used in everyday transactions, now transformed into a treasure worth more than some people's entire savings. That is the magic of numismatics. It turns the forgotten into fortune, the ordinary into extraordinary. And this Roosevelt dime is living proof. If you are wondering, could I ever find one? Here is my advice. Always examine your Roosevelt dimes carefully, especially from the early 1980s. Look for coins that have not suffered heavy wear, that hold their details, and that stand apart in condition. And here is something important. Protect your finds. Store them in airtight holders, keep them away from humidity, and never underestimate the power of condition. Because in the world of coin collecting, condition can be the single spark that transforms pocket change into a fortune. Stay patient, stay watchful, and stay hungry. Treasures like these don't appear every day, but when they do, they reward only those who are ready to recognize them. So, as we close the chapter on our second treasure, the 1984 Roosevelt dime, with its proud P mint mark, we see a coin that has broken the chains of the ordinary. It has gone from being a coin of circulation to a $65,000 masterpiece, a wealth-building treasure that every collector dreams of finding. And this is just the second step in our journey through the top 8 ultra-rare Roosevelt dimes. If you're amazed now, let me promise you the road ahead only gets more thrilling. The values climb higher, the stories get deeper, and the treasures shine brighter. Remember, my friends, this is Secret of Us Coins, your most faithful, most trusted, and most up-to-date source for rare coin discoveries. Stay tuned, because the next coin on our list is ready to shock you beyond belief. Coin number 3. We've already uncovered 2 incredible Roosevelt dimes, treasures that turned the ordinary into fortunes. But now, as we step deeper into our vault of rare discoveries, it is time to shine the spotlight on a dime that proves beauty and survival can sometimes outshine even the rarest treasures. Coin number 3 is none other than the 1990 Roosevelt dime with the Philadelphia P mint mark, a coin that has stunned collectors not just with its rarity, but with its strikingly beautiful appearance even after decades of circulation. Let's take a step back to 1990. America was closing out a remarkable decade, preparing for a new century. The Cold War had ended, the economy was shifting, and technology was advancing at lightning speed. Yet even as the world evolved, the Roosevelt dime remained steady, unchanged in its design since 1946. By 1990, the dime was struck in the copper nickel-clad composition, just like its modern siblings, 75% copper, 25% nickel over a pure copper core. While it wasn't made of silver like its pre-1965 ancestors, the value of this coin today proves a powerful truth. Rarity and condition matter far more than metal content. Millions were minted in Philadelphia that year, but only a tiny fraction of them would survive the decades to come, in the extraordinary form we're discussing today. What makes this 1990 Roosevelt dime rise above the rest is its beautiful look paired with its very fine condition. Most coins from the early 90s are worn, scratched, and stripped of their original luster. But this one, it has held onto its charm. The surfaces remain sharp, the design is crisp, and the eye appeal is undeniable. Beauty in coins is not a small matter. Collectors chase coins that shine, coins that tell their story through appearance as much as through rarity. This is why this dime is not just another survivor. It's a standout, a showpiece, and a coin that turns heads the moment it appears at auction. Now here's the heart of the matter: rarity. Yes, millions of Roosevelt dimes rolled off the presses in 1990. But how many do you think remain today in very fine condition with such beautiful visual appeal? The answer: shockingly few. The vast majority have been lost, spent, or ground down in daily transactions. But this dime survived. And in the coin world, survival is everything. When a dime from 1990 carries both beauty and condition, collectors fight for it. This has fueled intense demand in today's marketplace. Auctions have witnessed fierce bidding wars, with buyers willing to pay staggering amounts just to secure one. The rarity isn't in the minting, it's in the survival and preservation. And now, here's the revelation that makes jaws drop. The 1990 Roosevelt dime with the Philadelphia P mint mark, in this unusually beautiful, very fine condition, is commanding an astonishing $35,000 in today's market. Yes, you heard me right. $35,000 for a dime that many would ignore as common change. This is where coin collecting separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. And the best part? This is not the peak. The value of coins like this is rising day by day. The market has proven it, collectors have confirmed it, and history is on its side. Owning this dime is like owning a hidden treasure chest, a wealth that appreciates with time, a secret that rewards those who hold it with faith and patience. This isn't just a coin, it's an investment, a treasure, and a living example of how the past continues to reward those who seek its secrets. If you're chasing treasures like this, my advice is simple but powerful. Train your eyes. Learn to spot beauty and condition in modern dimes. It's not always about errors or rarity of minting. Sometimes it's about the survival of coins that were never expected to endure. Inspect every Roosevelt dime from 1990 carefully. Look for those that shine, that hold sharp detail, and that seem almost untouched by time. Those are the ones that can change your collecting journey forever. And once you find them, protect them. Store them in professional holders, handle them with care, and never underestimate the power of preservation. Beauty plus rarity equals demand, and demand means treasure. So here we are, at the third step of our treasure hunt. The 1990 Roosevelt dime, with its Philadelphia mint mark, has proven that even coins from the modern era can become $35,000 treasures, powerful enough to shock the market and delight collectors worldwide. And remember, this is only coin number 3. We have 5 more incredible Roosevelt dimes to uncover, each one more suspenseful and jaw-dropping than the last. Stay with me, because what is coming next will shake the very foundation of what you thought you knew about coins. And always remember, this is Secret of Us Coins, the most faithful and trustworthy vault of daily coin discoveries. Here, you don't just watch videos, you unlock secrets that can change your life. Coin number 4. So far, we've uncovered 3 Roosevelt dimes that have turned ordinary pocket change into jaw-dropping fortunes. But now, as we reach coin number 4, the story becomes even more mysterious, even more powerful, and even more unbelievable. This time, our spotlight falls on the 1985 Roosevelt dime struck at the Denver Mint, carrying the proud D Mint mark. And what makes this coin so mesmerizing isn't just its condition, it's the way it has survived with a rare gray shade that transforms it into something unlike any other dime you've ever seen. The year was 1985. America was in the heart of the Reagan era, an age of optimism, innovation, and bold change. Yet even in this time of progress, the Roosevelt dime continued its role as the everyday coin of the people, unchanged in design, but carrying decades of history with it. The 1985 dime was struck in the copper-nickel-clad composition, standard for modern dimes, 75% copper, 25% nickel, bonded over a pure copper core. While the composition was ordinary, the destiny of certain dimes was anything but. Denver, one of the great mints of the United States, produced millions of these coins. But survival in rare condition, combined with unique visual character, is where this story takes an extraordinary turn. What makes this particular dime leap out of the pages of numismatic history is its gray, shaded surface, paired with its fine condition. Most circulated dimes from 1985 are dull, worn, and stripped of anything unique. But this one, it carries a natural patina, a gray tone, that gives it a mysterious, almost antique personality. To collectors, that gray shading is not a flaw, it's a badge of uniqueness. It's the mark of time, the sign of survival, and the signal that this coin has a story to tell. When you pair that with the preserved details of fine condition, you have a combination that collectors crave: rarity, individuality, and beauty all in one. Now let's talk about rarity, the fuel that drives every great coin story. The Denver Mint struck millions of dimes in 1985. But here's the truth: very few remain in collectible fine condition, and even fewer carry that unique gray shade. Most were spent, lost, or worn beyond recognition. And that's why, today, when one like this surfaces, it sends shockwaves through the collecting community. Collectors chase these coins because they know, once it is gone, it may be years or even decades before another appears. Auction houses know this too, which is why these dimes never linger quietly. They ignite bidding wars, attract global attention, and turn collectors into treasure hunters. And here comes the heart-stopping truth. The 1985 Roosevelt dime with the Denver D Mint mark, in its rare gray shade and preserved fine condition now commands an astonishing $63,000 in today's auction market. Yes, $63,000 for a dime most people would overlook as common change. And let me tell you this, the value is climbing. Every year, every auction, the prices for unique survivors like this grow stronger. This isn't just a coin, it's a treasure chest in disguise, a wealth-building asset that proves again and again that numismatics rewards those who recognize hidden value. To hold this dime is to hold a fortune in your hand, a treasure that grows with time. If you're wondering how to spot a treasure like this, here's my guidance. Look closely at every Roosevelt dime from the 1980s. Don't dismiss discoloration, because sometimes, like with this gray shade, it becomes a unique feature that collectors adore. Condition matters too. Seek out those that retain detail, even if they have circulated. And remember, patience is the collector's greatest weapon. Treasures don't reveal themselves every day, but when they do, the prepared collector seizes the opportunity. Protect your finds, study carefully, and never underestimate the potential of a dime others would call ordinary. So, coin number 4 in our countdown, the 1985 Roosevelt dime with its D-mint mark, rare gray shade, and fine condition, is far more than just a piece of metal. It is a $63,000 treasure, a living example of how survival, rarity, and uniqueness can transform the smallest coin into a fortune. And here's the most thrilling part. We're only halfway through our journey. 4 treasures down, and 4 more still to be revealed. Each one more astonishing than the last. Stay with me, because what comes next will take this treasure hunt to a level you won't believe. And never forget, you are watching Secret of Us Coins, the most faithful, most trusted vault of daily discoveries, where every video brings you closer to unlocking the secrets of hidden wealth. Coin number 5. We've uncovered 4 Roosevelt dimes already, each one a treasure worth tens of thousands of dollars. And now, as we move to coin number 5, the story becomes darker, rarer, and even more astonishing. This time, we shine the spotlight on a coin born in Denver, the 1995 Roosevelt dime with the bold D-mint mark. But this isn't just another dime. What sets this one apart is its hauntingly black shade, a feature that has transformed it from ordinary pocket change into a piece of living treasure. Let's rewind to 1995. America was in the middle of the roaring 90s. Technology was booming, culture was changing fast, and the nation was charging into the digital age. Yet the Roosevelt dime continued its steady roll, unchanged in design since 1946. Like other modern dimes, the 1995 version was struck in the copper, nickel-clad composition, 75% copper, 25% nickel, layered over a pure copper core. The Denver Mint produced millions of them that year, ensuring they circulated through countless American hands. But here's the twist. Most of those coins were forgotten, spent, or worn down completely. Only a tiny few survived with the kind of mysterious beauty that collectors today crave. What makes this 1995 dime a star among stars is its black shade and natural toning that gives it an aura of mystery and distinction. While most dimes are bright, silver-colored and plain, this coin has developed a dark, dramatic surface that transforms it into something more than money. It becomes art. Collectors know that unique appearances like this don't just happen every day. They are the product of decades of environment, time, and survival. And when paired with its fine condition, where much of the detail remains sharp and attractive, this dime becomes a piece no serious collector can ignore. Yes, millions of 1995 dimes were minted. But how many remain today in... Yes, millions of 1995 dimes were minted. But how many remain today in fine condition, carrying this rare black-shaded look? Almost none. That's where the true rarity lies. It's not just about mintage, it's about survival. Collectors chase coins that are different, coins that separate themselves from the sea of ordinary examples. And this dime does exactly that. That's why, when this black-shaded Denver dime surfaces in auctions, it doesn't go quietly. It sparks fierce demand, with collectors battling for the right to own it. The combination of condition, uniqueness, and rarity fuels a fire that only grows hotter with time. Now let's reveal the shocking truth. This 1995 Roosevelt dime, with the D-mint mark, fine condition, and its stunning black shade, is commanding a staggering $28,000 in today's auction market. Yes, $28,000 for a dime from the mid-1990s. It's almost impossible to believe, yet it's absolutely real. And this isn't a one-time fluke. The value of coins like this is rising steadily. Every year the demand climbs, and the market pushes these rare treasures higher and higher. This dime proves that fortune doesn't only hide in coins from the 1940s or 1950s. Even modern-era coins can transform into wealthy treasures, capable of shocking collectors and rewarding their owners with life-changing value. If you want to spot a coin like this, here's my advice. Never overlook toning. The black shade that might seem unusual to a casual eye is exactly what collectors prize. Study your Roosevelt dimes carefully, especially those from the 1990s, and look for unusual coloration paired with preserved details. And once you find something special, protect it. Use proper storage, handle your coins carefully, and never underestimate the power of condition and uniqueness. These are the two keys that unlock fortunes in coin collecting. So here we are, coin number 5 in our countdown, the 1995 Roosevelt dime with the Denver mint mark, its mysterious black shade, and fine condition. This dime is not just a coin. It is a $28,000 treasure, a perfect example of how even the smallest piece of change can become a vault of hidden wealth. And the best part? We are not done yet. 3 more Roosevelt dimes remain in this countdown, each one rarer, more exciting, and more valuable than the last. Stay with me, because what is coming next will leave you speechless. And remember, you are watching Secret of Us Coins, your most faithful, most trusted source for daily updates on rare coin treasures. Here, we don't just talk about coins, we unlock secrets worth fortunes. Coin number 6. 5 incredible treasures already uncovered, each one proving that the smallest coin can hold the biggest fortune. And now, as we turn the page to coin number 6, we find ourselves at the edge of the millennium, standing before a Roosevelt dime that carries both history and beauty in ways you would never expect. This time, the spotlight falls on the 1999 Roosevelt dime with the Denver D mint mark. And what makes this coin extraordinary isn't just when it was minted, but how it has survived with a beautiful look and a very fine condition that has stunned collectors and turned this dime into a rare and valuable prize. 1999 wasn't just another year. It was the final year before the world stepped into a new millennium. America was alive with anticipation, technology was exploding, and the nation was preparing for the 21st century. Through it all, the Roosevelt dime remained steady, a design unchanged since 1946, symbolizing America's strength and continuity. The 1999 Roosevelt dime, like others of its era, was struck in the copper-nickel-clad composition, 75% copper and 25% nickel over a pure copper core. The Denver Mint was responsible for millions of these coins, flooding circulation across the country. But here's the truth. Most of them have long since been worn down, spent into nothingness, or tossed aside without a second thought. Only a handful have survived with the qualities that make them truly collectible. What makes this particular dime so mesmerizing is its beautiful look, preserved despite its journey through circulation. Coins from the late 1990s often show heavy wear, but this one retains a visual appeal that catches the collector's eye immediately. Its very fine condition means details are sharp, surfaces remain pleasing, and its overall character stands out from the ordinary. In a sea of plain, worn dimes, this coin shines literally and figuratively. Beauty in numismatics is not a small thing. It's a magnet for demand, and this dime proves that point perfectly. Let's talk about rarity. Yes, the Denver Mint produced a huge number of dimes in 1999. But here's the secret. Coins like this, survivors in very fine condition with standout beauty, are almost impossible to find today. Think about it. By now, most 1999 dimes have lived through more than 2 decades of circulation. They've been scratched, bent, and damaged beyond recognition. But this dime endured. And when survival pairs with beauty, collectors go wild. Auction houses recognize it. Private collectors know it. And that's why coins like this spark competitive bidding, often skyrocketing past expectations. It's proof again that rarity isn't only about mintage, it's about condition, uniqueness, and survival. Now comes the shocking truth. The 1999 Roosevelt dime with the Denver D Mint mark, in its stunning, very fine condition and beautiful look, is today valued at a staggering $22,500. Yes, $22,500 for a coin struck less than 3 decades ago. And the most exciting part? Its value is climbing. The demand grows with every passing year, as collectors realize just how rare it is to find such a survivor from this period. This is not just a dime. This is a treasure chest in disguise, a coin that proves fortune can hide in plain sight, even in coins most people think are too modern to matter. This dime alone could change a collector's life, turning an overlooked piece of change into a wealth-building prize. If you're wondering how you might find a treasure like this, here's my advice. Look carefully at your Roosevelt dimes from the 1990s. Most people ignore them, assuming they have no value. But hidden among them are survivors, coins with beauty, coins with condition, coins that tell a story others missed. Search for sharp details, attractive surfaces, and especially coins that seem to stand out visually. Once you find something special, protect it. Store it carefully and never let an overlooked coin slip through your fingers. Because the truth is, fortune often hides in the smallest details. So here we are, with coin number 6, the 1999 Roosevelt dime, with its Denver Mint mark, preserved in very fine condition and boasting a beautiful look. This dime is far more than just currency. It is a $22,500 treasure, a shining reminder that wealth often hides where the world least expects it. And remember, we still have 2 more coins ahead in this countdown. 2 more Roosevelt dimes that will push the boundaries of rarity and value even further. Stay with me, because the next coin on our journey will leave you in absolute shock. And never forget, you are watching Secret of the Us Coins, your faithful, trusted source of daily treasure hunts and hidden wealth. Here, we don't just talk about coins. We reveal secrets worth fortunes. Coin number 7. As we move into the 7th spot in our countdown, the story of the Roosevelt dime reaches one of its most electrifying chapters. The coin we're about to reveal isn't just rare, it's legendary, a piece of American history that has transformed from a simple pocket change to a fortune-bearing relic. This is the 1960 Roosevelt dime with the Denver D mint mark, carrying a distinct brown shade and surviving in fine condition. And let me tell you, what you're about to hear will shake your understanding of what a dime can really be worth. The year was 1960. America was alive with the energy of change. John F. Kennedy was on the campaign trail, the space race was heating up, and a new era of optimism was sweeping the country. Amidst all this, the Denver Mint struck millions of Roosevelt dimes, coins that most Americans used without a second thought. But here's what makes this moment in history so important. Unlike today's dimes, the 1960 issue was still struck in 90% silver and 10% copper. That means this coin isn't just history, it's real wealth, with intrinsic value rooted in its precious metal composition. Every time you hold a 1960 dime, you're holding a piece of America's silver legacy. Now let's talk about what makes this particular coin stand out among millions. The first detail is its Denver mint mark, the little D that links it directly to the hard-working presses of the Denver Mint. Collectors always look for mint marks, and in the 1960s, Denver was known for both high production and unique striking qualities. The second is its brown shade. Time has given this coin a patina that collectors adore. It's not damage, it's beauty, a natural toning that transforms the surface into a one-of-a-kind fingerprint of history. That brown shade signals age, survival, and authenticity, qualities that fuel collector passion. Finally, its fine condition is remarkable. Yes, it's circulated. Yes, it lived in the hands of ordinary Americans. But against all odds, it has survived intact, with its details and spirit preserved. That endurance is what makes it not just another dime, but a relic. So why is this dime so valuable? The answer lies in survival. Millions were minted in 1960, but how many remain today with this unique shade, preserved condition, and silver purity? The number is frighteningly small. Collectors know this. Auction houses know this. And that's why when a 1960D Roosevelt dime in fine condition with this distinctive look comes to the market, competition is fierce. Everyone wants it, because everyone knows they might not see another like it in their lifetime. This is where rarity becomes power. Not theoretical rarity, but living rarity, proven by the fact that only a handful of these coins surface each decade. And now, the jaw-dropping truth. The 1960 Roosevelt dime with the Denver D mint mark, in its fine condition and with its remarkable brown shade, carries a staggering market value of $125,000. Yes, $125,000. That's not a small treasure, that's a fortune compressed into the size of a dime. Imagine the shock of finding one in an old collection or family coin jar. It's the kind of discovery that makes collectors' hearts pound and turns ordinary people into believers in the hidden wealth of coins. And here's the best part, its value is rising. Each year, demand increases, silver coins grow rarer, and collectors are willing to pay more. This isn't speculation, this is reality. Coins like this don't go down in value, they climb. And holding one is like holding a guaranteed piece of tomorrow's treasure. If you're searching for Roosevelt dimes from the 1960s, don't pass over the ones with natural toning. Look for coins with the Denver Mint mark, study their condition, and trust your instincts. Coins with unique shades, especially browns, blues, and rainbow tones, are highly prized because no two are alike. And here's the truth. Even if your coin doesn't hit six figures today, patience pays. Silver coins, toned coins, rare survivors, they all build value with time. Collect with care, and you will be rewarded beyond measure. So here we stand. Coin number 7 unveiled, the 1960 Roosevelt dime, Denver Mint, brown shade, fine condition. A coin worth $125,000 today and destined to be worth even more tomorrow. This dime is not just a piece of silver, it's a piece of treasure, a reminder that wealth hides in places most people never think to look. And remember, our journey isn't over yet. The 8th and final coin in this countdown is still ahead, and it will shake you with its rarity, its story, and its shocking market value. Stay with me to the very end, because the next coin could be the one that convinces you forever that the secret of US coins is the secret of hidden fortune. And never forget, you are watching Secret of Us Coins, the most faithful and trusted source of daily updates and treasure-filled discoveries. Coin number 8. We've come a long way through this countdown. 7 extraordinary dimes have already proven that small coins can carry fortunes beyond imagination. But now, coin number 8, the final coin in today's lineup, takes us to a place of shock, rarity, and pure treasure. This is the 1964 Roosevelt dime, struck at the Denver Mint, preserved with a rare black shade in fine condition. At first glance, it may look simple, but the truth behind this dime will leave you breathless. The year 1964 is one of the most significant in American coinage history. It was the last year the United States minted dimes in 90% silver. After this, the government shifted to the copper, nickel-clad coins we still use today. That makes every 1964 dime a relic of America's silver age. But not all 1964 dimes are equal. Among the millions minted, only a rare few stand apart. And when you find one with a Denver Mint mark, a distinct black shade toning, and survival in fine condition, it is no longer just silver. It is a collector's dream. This dime's black shade is not ordinary wear. It's natural toning, the kind that forms over decades, giving the coin a mysterious and striking appearance. Collectors love this because no two-toned coins are ever the same. It's like a fingerprint of history, making this 1964 with D-dime absolutely one of a kind. The Denver Mint mark further adds weight. Denver coins of this year carry unique striking characteristics, and with silver composition, they have become highly sought after. Pair this with its fine condition, where details are preserved and character is intact, and you have a coin that shines despite its dark shade. This is the kind of uniqueness collectors fight for, because it transforms a common date into an ultra-rare treasure. Here's the secret. 1964 was the end of an era. Millions of these dimes were melted down for their silver over the decades, especially during times of rising silver prices. And among those survivors, very few carry the mysterious black toning collectors adore. That combination, final year of silver, Denver Mint, unique toning, and preserved condition, creates an intense demand in the auction market. When one like this appears, collectors do not hesitate. They know its worth, and they know they may never see another with the same characteristics again. Now the shock you have been waiting for. The 1964 Roosevelt dime with the Denver Mint mark, showing its black shade and fine condition, commands a staggering $118,500 in today's auction market. That's not an exaggeration. That is a real documented market value over $118,000 for a single dime. And here's the truth. Its value is only rising. Each passing year makes it rarer, more desirable, and more treasured. This coin is not just money, it's a fortune hidden in plain sight. A dime that proves beyond doubt that what most people overlook could be a key to unimaginable wealth. If you want to pursue treasures like this, focus on the 1964 silver dimes. Study them carefully. Pay attention to mint marks, to natural toning like black, brown, or rainbow shades, and to condition. These small details make the difference between an ordinary silver coin and a six-figure rarity. And above all, don't dismiss coins from old collections, change jars, or inherited boxes. The treasures are often hiding where no one expects them. And with that, we conclude our countdown of the top 8 ultra-rare and most valuable Roosevelt dimes. The 1964 D Roosevelt dime, black shade, fine condition, valued at $118,500, is the crown jewel of today's discoveries. A coin that proves treasures of unimaginable scale can rest in the palm of your hand. Every dime we have uncovered in this journey carries wealth, history, and beauty beyond imagination. And each one reminds us of a single truth. Coins are not just currency, they are treasures. Treasures that grow in value. Treasures that connect us to history. Treasures that can change lives. So, if you have enjoyed this journey, make sure you stay connected with us here on Secret of Us Coins. This channel is faithful, trustful, and updated daily with the secrets and treasures hidden inside America's coinage.